Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakatash, that brought us the apostles and those great millstone for teaching us this truth, peace, and blessings to hope like Israel and Shalom. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father in Hebrew, Ba'ashem is the name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the begotten Son. Back on lesson, and today going to be going to the situation that happened with the Georgia Guidestones and the explosion that supposed explosion that happened, which basically, destroyed one of the stones. And ultimately, they just got rid of it, the whole thing, ultimately to, basically hide the evidence. So going to be going to how this is ultimately the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, and just going to look at a little bit more in depth on what really happened. Because, of course, you're going to have these devils, lying, as you know, going back to Psalm 58 and 3, Psalm 55 and 21, going to tell the devil not to be trusted and how he is a liar. Which we're about to, examine this video that happened when the explosion happened and what took place. As you're going to see, it doesn't look like a actual, explosive. Because if it was an explosive, you have to think logically. If someone planted, let's say, a bomb or an explosive next to it, wouldn't it destroy all three corresponding, stones around it? And if you're about to play this in, show that it looks to be lightning. Which I'm also going to play a different video to go a little bit more in depth to prove that it was lightning. This is the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, and this is a terrible sign and a omen that the devil's kingdom is coming to an end. And there's also another instance of where lightning was striking, or lightning was basically striking the monuments in I believe Washington. I forgot exactly when it happened, but there's a case when that happened. So let's play this real quick, just a little look at it, and then and you can also see in the left, which you see a light right there, and you're about to see it illuminate even brighter once this lightning strikes. Look at that. What's going to cause a blue type of effect? A blue aura, for lack of better words. Lightning. And you would think, if it was an explosive, right? If it was a bomb, wouldn't it take out all three along with it? And wouldn't this video, this camera footage, would you also think that this would be rolling? You obviously observing over these stones. Would you think they would have all the different seconds, hours, and minutes of footage before this to see who placed explosives there, or whatever the case was, And why would they start off this here? No explosive is going to illuminate the light on the left more than it was right here. I mean, come on. It's clear as day that this was not an explosive. I believe, through fate, that this was the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, man. Because we're here with these, Georgia Guidestones. This is the devil's, wicked, 10 commandments. You have these Edomites, these devils, putting their the plans and things that they, want to do, on these stones. I see one of them was, keeping the population basically under, 500 million, to depopulate the earth. And you're already starting to see them, slowly doing that now with the JUICE. Why do you think they went so hard to get everybody on board with it, to use celebrities to push that agenda even more? But basically the Lord is just showing you that his kingdom is coming to an end. This is an omen that his kingdom is still, man. And also they got rid of the the whole thing. They just completely destroyed it. So if they were truly investigating and observing what really happened, and who put the explosives there, and who destroyed it, why would they get rid of evidence and completely just destroy it? So showing you this was from a higher power, man. This is from the Lord. Basically saying, F you, you're not going to, go through with your plans, man. As it keeps going to, how the Lord's going to let him get so far, and he's going to cut him off, man. Because these devils think that they're going to fulfill all their plans and things that they want to do, as the things that they had on these Georgia Guidestones, which is the one I just mentioned, where they want to depopulate the earth to over 500 million. And as you know, with how many people are on the earth, like 7 to 8 billion people, So the Lord's not going to let them get away with his plans, and the Lord is showing you that, man. The Lord is showing you and giving you an omen and a sign that your kingdom is coming to an end. I believe this was a day after the CERN started to kick up their their hadron collider, So things are heating up, man. And these are major end time signs. So I want to get a little bit more information. So read this quick article, and we'll jump to the scriptures. Also, just one video to go a little bit more in depth until you'll prove that it was lightning. As we just saw in the video, and I broke it down a little bit, is that blue aura that struck that stone, the light on the left, illuminating even brighter. And I said earlier, wouldn't you think an explosive would also destroy the corresponding, stones along with it? But there's a little bit of this, and it's likely for kind of, I won't say rambling, but, let's continue on. The mysterious and controversial granite monument in rural Georgia was a tourist attraction. A mysterious shrouded monument in the U.S. state of Georgia was severely damaged in an explosion early on Wednesday. It was later demolished entirely for so-called safety reasons. And we obviously know it's not because of that. They're obviously trying to investigate and, look a little bit more, and what's what I'm looking for? Look a little more in depth on, what really happened. Why would they just completely just destroy all the stones along with that one? Doesn't make sense. But says state and local authorities are investigating the incident as a bombing. So also, why don't they use the rest of the the camera footage from before this? Before this happened, to see, a person walking up and planting it. Come on. It says the granite Georgia Guidestones were built in 1980 and featured amongst our messages for humanity in 8 languages with a dedication to the age of reason. The preliminary information indicates that unknown individuals detonated an explosive device at the ground 4 a.m. We definitely didn't see that. But it says on Wednesday, July 6th, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation said in a statement, adding authorities in Elbert County asked for its assistance with the investigation. So, once again, how does that make sense? If you're doing an investigation, why would you get rid of the, what's the word I'm looking for? I lost my train of thought. Dang it, I forgot the word I was trying to use, but basically why would they get rid of the, dang, I can't find this word. Sorry, we'll go back to it, when it comes back to me. But the Georgia Bureau of Investigation said in a statement, adding the authorities in Elbert County. As for its assistance with the investigation, the site is currently cordoned off until bomb disposal technicians can examine it. One of the wings of the monument was completely destroyed and the capstone damaged, according to Christopher Cubis, executive vice president of the Elbert Granite Association. Reads the last part. The helicopter footage taken by the Greenville, South Carolina base shows one of the 4 vertical pillars in piece. Brockdale Shy came back to me, but why would they? If they're trying to do an investigation, why would they get rid of the evidence? To truly investigate and understand what really happened, why would they just completely do away with the evidence? Destroy the whole thing themselves. They obviously want to keep it under wraps, and the true reason it was taken out, or what really happened to it. They obviously want to keep that under wraps and destroy it themselves, so let's get this one video before we jump into the scriptures, because it's proving lightning destroyed the Georgia Guidestones. And I just want to get a little bit of this, and we'll jump back to the scriptures. Don't want to make this super long. Just want to hit the main points, and close it out. But he's gonna go a little bit more in depth, proving that it was lightning, not just some explosive. Because once again, as I mentioned earlier, wouldn't you think that the explosives would destroy the other stones along with it? And why else would the light on the left illuminate to such an extent? Because because it was lightning. I mean, it's clear. This is the work of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And this is a gigantic omen that your kingdom is coming to an end. You know? So let's continue on. So I don't want to drag this out, but you see the main points that he basically put out, which I basically went into. Also, this comment right here says, "Hi Daniel, how are you? I was just watching your video, and there was most definitely a storm that came through last night. I don't live far from the Guidestones, so I'd have to agree with you as it was definitely an act of the Most High that blew them up." So you have basically another testimony right here that was kind of a storm nearby, which is ultimately the act of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which you see also in many other accounts. Go back to in Washington, there's a lightning strikes that were striking one of the monuments multiple times. So the Lord is constantly showing you that this kingdom is coming to an end, and the Lord destroying this Guidestone with these devils, these Esau's wicked 10 commandments and things that he wants to do, showing you that you're not going to get away with everything that you want to do. So let's jump to the scriptures. Like I said, I don't want to make it super long. Look at Job 5 and 12. So the King James will jump to NLT. So he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. On those stones, these devils have the plans and things that they want to do, which you see them already trying to put into action and try to fulfill the things that they ultimately want to do. Going back to Revelation 12 and 12, going to they're coming down with their wrath because they know that they have to pretty short time. So you see them rushing to put their plans into action. That's why you see them so desperate. But take the NLT version, that he frustrates the plans of schemers so the work of their hands will not succeed. So the Lord's not going to let this devil get away with his plans and things that he wants to do. Yahweh Bashim Shai is only going to let this devil get so far with his plans, and the Lord's going to cut him off. So that's going to how he's only set up for a short period of time. Let's get Psalms 49 and 11 says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. So they continue to think that they're going to rule forever, that the kingdom will be established forever, especially on those Guidestones, their plans and things that they want to implement and push. Keeping or depopulate the earth under 500 million. The things that they want to fulfill and push. The Lord's not going to let them or allow them to get away and to fully fulfill the things that they want to do. And once again, the Lord, sending lightning upon those stones is an omen and a sign that your kingdom is coming to an end. that you're about to be taken out very, very soon. Especially with all these plagues, these pestilence, and these end time signs that the Yahweh has shown us the times that we were in. We're almost out of here. What finishes off is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations, that they call their lands after their own names. So they continue to think in themselves that they will continue to live on and rule forever. Well, you're in for a rude awakening. Let's get Job 14 and 5. So I mentioned earlier is how they're set to rule for a certain period of time. It says, seeing his days are determined, they are numbered. So the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. And going back to Job, the first book that we read in the 5th chapter, going to how the Lord does not allow him to get away with his plans and things that he wants to do. To fully, fulfill his plans and things that he wants to ultimately bring out. The Lord's not going to allow it to, be fulfilled. It's like, kind of, said the same words, but, either way, you got the point across. The Lord's not going to allow him to fulfill his plans to, what's the word I'm looking for? The Lord's not going to allow him to fulfill his plans with, basically with how far he wants to, go into them. I'm trying to find the exact word I want to use, but, the Lord's only lets this devil get so far until he cuts him off. But Job chapter 20, verse 23, have a few more scriptures and we'll just close it out. But it says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fear of his wrath upon him and shall rain upon him while he is eating. Going back to what I was mentioning multiple times of how the Lord's only let the devil get away with his plans, only by so much, until the Lord's going to take him out. Because as it is right here, it says when he's about to fill his belly. So when the devil thinks he's about to fulfill his plans and fully, initiate all the things that he wants to do, the Lord's going to cut him off. So the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain upon him while he is eating. While the devil thinks he's going to fulfill everything that he wants and fulfill all his plans that he is, thought up and wanting to put into action, as those Georgia Guidestones to keep the population to 500 million, and Lord striking that down, showing you that you're not going to get away. And your kingdom is through. Malachi 1 and 4, and it's like if I kind of go back to certain points that I already made, but you got to push that point across. But whereas Malachi 1 and 4 says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. So these devils are prideful. They like to think themselves to be above Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So we see them creating these space stations and building their, their buildings to basically, high in the sky. As it's going to how their habitation, is high. Their nest is, basically in the heavens, if you're paraphrasing. But let's finish this off. It says, impoverished, but we will return and build desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. The Lord is going to take you out, man. And very, very soon, you're about to be taken out and dethroned. But I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh Ba'ashem hath indignation forever. So these are the last 3 scripts, and we'll close it out. Proverbs 19:21. It says, there are many devices in a man's heart, nevertheless the counsel of Yahweh Ba'ashem that shall stand. As you get the NLT for this, is you can make many plans, but Yahweh Ba'ashem's purpose will prevail. So you can think of all the things that you want. You see with the Georgia Stones, all his wicked commandments that he has made, and things that he thinks are going to go his way. The Lord's going to take him out, man. So you can make many plans, but Yahweh Ba'ashem's purpose will prevail. It's going to go Yahweh Ba'ashem's way, man, and what he wants, So you can, think to yourself that, you're above Yahweh Ba'ashem, that you can do and escape whenever, which is not the case, man. The Lord will prevail. These last 2, Isaiah 14:13 says, thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. So just showing you how prideful this devil is, thinking that he's, above Yahweh Ba'ashem, that he's even on the level of the Lord. He wants that God-like status. So thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Isaiah 14:14 says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And as we read in the book of Malachi, how the Lord's going to take him out, man. He shall build, but I will throw down. So the devil's pride is going to be the downfall of him, man. He's not going to escape his judgment. Now you saw, this is an omen and a sign of this devil's kingdom coming to an end, destruction to come. Because it's not just happen, seemingly out of nowhere. It's not a coincidence. Especially, these devils starting up CERN the other day, and it's happening right after. You're through, So he's close the book Habakkuk 2 and 3. And that'll be that. Habakkuk 2 and 3 says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And we're in the midst of these end time prophecies, and solely we're nearing the end of this devil's kingdom. Go back to Matthew 24th chapter, the 3rd to the 8th verse. Going to the end time signs that we would see, along with the book of Luke, the 21st chapter, the 25th and 28th verse. Going to all these end time signs, these end time prophecies that will take place before our Lord Yahushua will make his return. Also going back to 2nd Ezra 9:1, you'll measure all time diligently in itself. How we do that? By these signs and these prophecies, especially this omen that we just saw. The Lord striking this down, this devil's wicked 10 commandments, showing you that you're not going to fulfill all your plans and things that you want to do. As we just read, before he fills his belly, the Lord's going to take him out. So while the devil thinks he's going to fulfill his plans and put it into action to the way he wants it, the Lord's going to cut him off. It's going to go Yahweh Shai's way. This is his movie, and we got the script. So Lord, you're edified. And it's not like if I kind of, stumbled a little bit in certain places, but Lord and I connected to the best of my ability. So you saw, we're nearing the end of the devil's kingdom. But we close out. I want to give all praises, all and glory to Yahweh Shai, Bashem Krakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us his truth, peace and blessings, to all like Israel, and Shalom. See you next one.